You are listening to Confessions of a Counselor podcast with Janice, mental health in bite-sized chunks. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Confessions of a Counselor. I'm your host, Janice, and welcome back to season 12. So this is the start of a brand new season, and I'm really looking forward to diving in with you. So I thought today we would do an episode kind of introducing what I'd like to talk about over the season. So let's jump right in. So this season, I thought we would talk about kind of the functions of the feelings that we have. So typically when a client comes into session with me, there's something that they're struggling with. So typically anxiety or depression, overwhelm, all these different types of feelings that they're feeling. And I think a big portion of why these things are so hard to deal with at times is because we don't understand them. I don't understand why my body is doing the thing that it's doing. I don't understand what the signs and symptoms are of this thing that's happening in my body, right? So we can use anxiety as an example. So if I don't understand the function of anxiety, if I don't understand what's happening in my body when I am feeling anxious, I don't understand why anxiety does happen to us, right? So oftentimes I hear, well, what's the point of anxiety anyways? Why would we ever feel that if it is just a normal feeling that other people experience? Why do they experience it? And why do I experience it on such an extreme? So when we can start to understand the function of it, why does anxiety happen? What is happening in our bodies when that's going on? What is our body or our mind trying to tell us when we are experiencing that feeling? By having this greater understanding of what's going on, then I can learn coping tools. I can understand what's happening, and I can start to make a plan to change or do something different when that feeling comes up. So I thought over this season, we will tackle each of these different types of feelings that typically come up in session. So we'll do a episode on anxiety. We'll do an episode on depression. We'll do an episode on apathy, overwhelm, right? I've got a couple of other ones in my back pocket. And so over the course of the 10 episodes, we will talk about all of these things. What is their function? What's going on? And kind of starting to understand why my body is doing certain things. So this really ties into that body-mind connection as well, right? So when I can understand the function, when I can understand what my mind is doing and how that's playing out in my body, I can also start to understand things. And I think sometimes this is something that we don't know happens in therapy, or we're not aware that my therapist can help me with the physical symptoms of what's going on as well. So I think oftentimes things get separated, right? Our mind versus our body. But when we can bring those things together, it often makes it easier for us. So I hope over the course of our 10 episodes, we can dive in and start to understand kind of what's happening in our body and maybe some tips and tricks on how we can change and adapt to the physical and mental symptoms of these emotions. Okay, until next time, and take care. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Confessions of a Counselor podcast is available anywhere you like to listen to your podcasts, both on Apple and Android. New episodes are released every Friday. If you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to join the conversation, leave a review, or subscribe to the podcast hosted on Spotify. You can find all these details on janicelyons.com. Until next time, take care.